Hey guys, Ed here on Saturday, 29th of October. I'm doing this. I wanted to do an update for the group, then I decided that I can also do a YouTube update, so I'm gonna post it in both. So maybe for the group there is some bit of extra information you guys already know, and some explanations you already see me talking about many times in our live streams. But I wanted to do a bigger update during the weekend because we do have a upcoming reversal in the market. That's what I've been talking about last week already. But I also see that Ether already reached my target I had in mind for Ether, and that might be giving us a little surprise. I do think that we do get a few days more of upside, and I want to explain how that could be affecting the whole market, or that could be a sign for the rest of the market also. Um, on my chart, you see on my screen, you see the Bitcoin chart sideways. Not much happening here. The chart is in Elliott wave terms not that clear for me. So I'm gonna switch to Ether. Been using this chart for the past months, where we have this big downtrend, and then we have that corrective bounce to the upside. Corrective bounce or an impulsive move, an impulsive start of a new uptrend, and that's what it is all about already for months that we are looking at it. And yeah, maybe we can get next week a good sign what is going on here. For the people on YouTube, let me explain. I do have this labeled as an ABC, where the C leg has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legs. That is a corrective bounce in the downtrend. We continue with an impulsive move to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're now in a corrective bounce again, and that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is Bitcoin to 12,000. There is another opportunity that this is not an ABC, but it is a double zigzag, something like this, where we have A and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, ABC here also, but let me not. Yeah, this video is not. I didn't want to go too much in detail, but so I have two possible scenarios or two possible patterns for a corrective bounce, but I could also say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a impulsive move to the downside, upside, and so we had that downtrend finished over here, and we start with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, where that could be labeled as a leading diagonal. That is important because if you have a impulsive move to the upside, you do a correction, and then you continue to the upside with another impulsive leg to the upside. And that is what is bothering me right now here. Is this a corrective bounce? So if this is leg number 1, leg number 2, is this corrective? Or do we see an extension to the upside, acceleration to the upside, and do we have the continuation of this impulsive move? This was the correction, and that we continue to the upside. So I want to look here, and then I see the following. So this is what I said: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, corrective bounce. The corrective bounce is, in my opinion, in an ABC, where the C leg is extending in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All nice and good, hitting target. So leg number 3 and leg number 5 hitting my red box target. Bitcoin not yet at the red box, but a fifth leg can be completed once it pushes above leg number 3. So we're not necessarily going to 21,300 before we see a pullback. That pullback could happen from here already. One thing I noticed here is that I also mentioned this in my webinars, but also in the YouTubes. We do have a extension here from ABC. It's crossing the 1.618. In Elliott wave terms, that is a confirmation that this up move is an impulsive move. So that is a first sign that it could be an impulsive move. What is needed for an impulsive move? Because then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need a fifth leg, another fifth leg. So because we do have here a fifth leg, but that is to complete C, or it is 1, 2, 3 finished here. So we need leg number 4 and leg number 5. That is the best confirmation that we are in an impulsive move instead of a corrective bounce. Well, you could say now, okay, hitting a red box and we're going down now according to your labeling. Yeah, could be, but for me, very important, what I've been following is the dollar. The dollar broke down out of its parabolic curve. Let me show you. On the 3 days, you can see it better. Coming down, okay, this is a bit misleading. Let me remove that. So the parabolic curve, it broke down and coming lower now. Back to my candles, back to the daily chart. Let me remove this to keep it a bit more clean. Oh. In my group, those know that I have been talking about that we should see one more leg to the upside, but now in a correction, this WXY, and that is why I do think crypto can do more upside. I do see here that WXY is in an ABC, where leg number 4 is most likely in place, but we need one more to the downside. One more leg to the downside means crypto, one more leg to the upside. So could be that in coming days, in the weekend, we do something like this, and then we make that fifth leg. It's not only based on what I see in the dollar, the S&P 500 also looking for a bit more up to complete this corrective move. The dollar yen, it's not something I follow very much, but it is also looking for more downside, and that is either strength in the yen or dollar weakness. And I do spot dollar weakness necessary to make the dollar index itself going down. So this one could follow very good. The euro dollar broke out of that downtrend, nearly touched my red box. Yeah, it's you could say that this is enough to come down, but could make one more leg to the upside. And what is very important, guys, what you now see is that I show you 4, 5, 6 pairs and all reaching certain targets. On the shorter term, what I said, I do think crypto could see one more leg to the upside. Hopefully it is like this, making leg number 5. When the dollar comes down, then we will see this move. After that, it is very likely that we see a reaction. So let's by the way not forget that dollar is making here a lower, some lower highs and a new lower low. So it could be very well. We do see a reaction from these areas. That is what I'm pretty convinced about. This bounce would mean that, for instance, Ether does some correction. But if we do this, then we will see Ether going up again, and that is very likely if we do make that 4th leg here and 5th leg, then a correction, and then more upside. Because I do have multiple signs that this move is a corrective, an impulsive move to the upside. Really, the real confirmation will be if we make this 4th and 5th leg. But for now, most important, what I wanted to show you is that we do have quite a few big names or assets reaching targets or getting close to, and that we're due for some change in the trend, or at least a bounce. For instance, here in dollar, at least a bounce to the upside to correct this move, and then either more down or continuation of that uptrend. Continuation of that uptrend would mean that we follow this dotted arrow, and for now, I would say that is still, for me, most likely, but that is purely because of the macroeconomic conditions and the strength of the dollar. It is now a bit weaker, but once that dollar strength comes back, then we can forget it in crypto. But what I said, this kind of move 4, 5 is for me a great sign that we are due for more upside in the longer term. One more warning. What I said, we are reaching extreme areas or target areas, dollar, euro dollar, S&P, Nasdaq, I also saw. We have on Wednesday FOMC, and I do think we could see some real action on Wednesday, and possibly that the coming days we do a bit more downside here in the dollar, going for that green box, and then either positive for the dollar, we see this, or a corrective bounce and then continuation to the downside. So I'm absolutely now saying to you guys, it's up or down. It was not the meaning for this video to say that we are going up or that we go down, not bearish or bullish. I just wanted to make it a bit more clear what I'm looking for, especially here in Ether. Are we going to make that leg 4 and 5? Because that would be for me a good sign for more upside. And the reason for the video is also the upcoming FOMC, while we are reaching extreme areas and several assets reaching green and red boxes. When I go back to Bitcoin, what would it mean for Bitcoin? What I'm seeing now is that that Bitcoin also could make this. We have this A, B, C, but it could also mean that we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say somewhere around 22,000. Then a correction. For now, I'd say back to this zone around 20,000. And what I said about Ether, if that is indeed an impulsive move to the upside, Bitcoin will also make that move in the coming weeks, months actually. This move here could take 3-4 weeks already. Well, if that all plays out in the good way, if Ether is gonna give us a surprise, then I still have this fractal, and we are still on track for that. And even a while ago I said this could be already the shakeout. Many people are still waiting for a bigger shakeout. We did have that shakeout here, that capitulation wick down, and then the pump. Same here. I do have a good reason to believe that we already had that capitulation wick in was it June? Yeah, June. So I hope it makes sense for you to see what I mean, and especially for the upcoming Bitcoin and 3-minute updates. Then now it's a bit more clear what I'm looking for, not only to the Bitcoin or to Ether, but also S&P, the dollar, and all reaching areas where I think we'll see a bigger move, which will dictate the price action for the coming weeks. That's it for now. I want to thank you for watching, and don't forget to check my Twitter account. My pinned tweet is a $250 giveaway, and that runs till the 1st of November, so you have still a few days to join. And a special shout out to the sponsor of the videos of my channel, Woo Exchange. Thank you for watching, and have a nice weekend.